Welcome back. We are hearing you talk about it, and we're getting to the bottom of it. What is going on with our gas prices? Let's go in depth tonight, beginning with the numbers. The war with Iran has caused gas prices across our region to skyrocket over the past week. You don't need me to tell you that. Take a look at Philadelphia. In the past week, the average price for a gallon of gas is up 39 cents compared to last week. In South Jersey, people are paying 40 cents more on average, 48 cents on average in Delaware. You may have seen these apocalyptic images out of the Middle East over the weekend. Israeli jets destroyed an oil depot in Iran, causing these massive flames and thick smoke in Tehran. This is one of the factors pushing crude oil and, by extension, your gas prices even higher. Today, oil hit $100 a barrel for the first time since 2022. So today, I talked to two energy experts about how what's happening in the Middle East is driving up our gas prices, and also about this.
Millions and millions of barrels of oil are pouring right in here.
So just a couple weeks ago, President Trump was in Texas touting U.S. oil production. And he's right. Between President Biden and President Trump's energy policies over the last few years, U.S. crude oil production is near record levels. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, roughly 13.6 million barrels a day is produced in the U.S., making the U.S. the biggest oil producer in the world. So why is that not helping us in this crisis? Here's my interview with Mark Wolf. He's the head of the National Energy Assistance Directors Association. Oil production has reached historic highs for the U.S. Why is that not helping our gas prices in the U.S. from surging?
Because oil is priced globally. So, for example, the cost of producing oil in the United States hasn't changed in the last week. It's the same cost. There's no additional shipping costs. It's all because we produce the oil we use here. It's the same price. But if you're in Europe, you're in Asia, where you need to import oil, and you're importing oil from the Middle East, your cost of getting that oil is higher if you could even get it. And then there's insurance costs. Insurance companies will not insure in the Middle East right now because of the worry that the ships could be attacked. So because oil is priced globally, what that means is that the value of the oil produced in the United States is more valuable now because of the shortages in the rest of the world. Now, natural gas, for example, you say, well, why hasn't that shut up? Because it's a different situation. So when natural gas goes up in price, there's a limited capacity in the United States to export that gas. And so gas is priced regionally based on national shipping issues, where the pipelines are, for example. Where oil is priced globally, so the price goes up, it's relatively straightforward to ship oil outside of the United States. And so for that reason, even though you can say, well, we're producing record levels of oil to meet all domestic needs, domestic consumers are still subject to global prices.
Polymarket traders say by the end of this month, we could see gas prices hovering around $4.50 or even $5. Is that a real possibility?
Oh, yeah, because keep in mind, too, that when the price of oil goes up, it takes about another week to 10 days for that to fully be realized at the pump. And so prices have been going up rapidly just in the last week. So even though if prices stay stabilized the next few days, the cost of gasoline will continue to rise next week. And I think what you're hearing from the traders is that they don't know. That's really in a nutshell. They have no idea where prices will be next month because they don't know if the war will continue. They don't know if Iran's going to strike refineries. They don't know how countries are going to respond. They don't know if when Secretary Wright at DOE, Department of Energy that is, said that we'll think of a way to help safely guide tankers out of the straits. We don't know if that'll happen. So there's a lot of uncertainty. Until that uncertainty stabilizes, prices won't stabilize.
Do you think that there is a certain threshold where you think then we would tap into our domestic reserves?
If you look back historically, I think yes. There's a point where supplies will tighten up globally. The Europeans will start going to their reserves. We'll go into our reserves to help stabilize prices, at least in the short term. And I think, again, What we have to be concerned about is how long will this war go on for? And Iran is looking for every way to harm us.
And Wolf says